Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Kind of Hot, Kind of Healthy. Today, we are recording at a different time. So hopefully, you're getting better energy because I'm like
I,
in a silly, goofy mood right now.
yeah, I don't know what kind of mood I'm in, but also like you get a better view because you can actually see
Mm.
my couch and the lighting is nice in here because of the time of day.
Like, it's such a sleigh. Like, that couch is now having its moment because it's always been the moment, but it looked black and not this beautiful green.
And it looked like it was like solid, and now you can like see
Yeah.
the divots, I
Like the
guess.
tuft it part of it.
Yes,
Ugh,
yes.
I love that. Okay, so random, but in like 2019, no, 2020, 2021, those like types of couch, like that material type of couch was like super hot. Like I saw it on like all the like ads for like furniture companies and like
hmm
everybody was having them and I was like, "Ugh, this is a hot moment. I need this couch." And never got one, but it's still giving. I still want one. I would love like a burnt orange. I feel like that would be a sleigh.
You know what's funny? My sister had not this texture, but a burnt orange one. It was like really like top notch, top quality. But
Yeah.
the issue was it's like this leather material, so her cat scratched
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But I don't think Remy would have because Remy doesn't even barely come up on this couch. Like she gives two shits about this couch.
Right. So I have like an ottoman that's the same like type of fabric and
Uh-huh.
the cats like don't care for it. Like they sit on it, but they don't like
Yeah, there's
do their
nothing to grip
business.
on. Yeah.
But we have like a hand-me-down leather couch that we like took from my parents' house. Like when James and I were like moved in together,
hmm
I was like, "Can I like take one of the couches from the house?" And my mom's like, "Yeah, sure, like totally." And I was like, "Okay." So we tried to get one that was in the basement, like up the stairs and out the door. And there's a baby gate on the door
hmm
for my cousins and little children. Couldn't get it out. We tried to go
hmm
through the basement, like the bulkhead, couldn't get it out. And my dad's like, "How am I going to get this thing out of our basement? Like, even when we just want to get rid of it, I'm going to have to fucking saw it in half."
Yeah.
So then we ended up just taking their big sectional and it's a leather couch. And I was like, "Yeah, guys, sorry, you're probably not going to get this back. Couches are expensive." Like, and by the time we get a new couch, like this thing is going to be even more destroyed because the cats are in the back of it. They're like, "Eh." I'm like, "You guys are so obnoxious. Like,
uh
can't we have nice things?" No, because we have
no.
fucking asshole cats.
No. Yeah, that's partially why I like keep saying, "Oh, I want a second cat," and then I don't get a second cat because I'm like, they go through that destroy phase where they just like destroy everything, and I just don't have the mental bandwidth to take that on.
When we first got Armin, oh my God, you're gonna die. So first of all, he was so fucking cute. I would have gotten 10. Like I would have literally gotten the whole litter. I don't give a fuck. But we had butter, and I was like, okay, you know what? We can't be crazy here.
Mhm,
So we got him, literally melted my heart. I don't give a fuck. This like cat could have like literally punched me in the face and I would have said thank you. It didn't matter.
mhm,
The only time I like was so mad at him is I was sleeping on the floor in our guest room, like on the mattress on the floor, because he was like a fucking newborn. Like I couldn't leave him alone to sleep at night. He would cry all night. It was just like
mhm.
ridiculous. So he had a litter box in there. The mattress is on the floor. I walk in one day and I'm gonna go sit on the floor, sit on the bed with him. He pooped on the bed. I was like, benefit of the doubt. Maybe you got confused. But I
Mhm.
feel like he was just fucking pissed at me because I wasn't up there with him because he was using his litter box. Like he knew where it was. It wasn't next to the bed. I think he was just
Weird.
pissed. I was like disgusted. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This is literally gross." So I just threw out the sheet. I was like, "I'm not even like wash this. No, I can't be bothered. That's disgusting."
Ah, that is
Bye.
gross.
Yeah, my mom's like, "Oh, you could have just like, gotten like a plastic bag and like picked it off and washed it." And I was like, fat
Nope.
chance I'm doing that. That's disgusting."
I will not be participating in that. Nope. Nope.
Like,
Something popped in my mind and then oh, something we can talk about it later if we're going to talk about
yeah.
anything health and fitness related, so never mind that story for
What
now.
is it? No, what is it? Tell me.
Well, I was working now I'm getting out of the house at least once a week and working at a coffee shop.
Yes.
And one of these groups I joined, they have like a work from home day and they pick a different place. Well, the one they picked, it was like a half an hour from my house without traffic. And I was like, not gonna fly. I'm not driving most
Yeah,
likely 45 minutes to work from a coffee, I could go somewhere closer, you know?
totally.
So I went to one in Sewickley, which is like 15 minutes from my house, and I met up with a girl there who also joined me, which was nice. But she left. I'm just sitting there continuing to work. And then all of these, I'm assuming high schoolers came in because it's like, Good Friday. So I'm assuming they got out of school early. And they're talking about prom, and they're very like, I'm not being like judgy, but they're very, very thin. Like there wasn't like, I
Yeah,
didn't look at them and think, oh, they have weight to lose. Like I don't look at people that way. But
right.
from how they were talking, she was like, oh my
Uh,
God, I need to get on the stair stepper for like a half an hour every day if I want to fit into my prom dress. And I'm just like,
yeah.
like I remember like, oh, this is actually good to talk about. Like, did you do anything like freaking crazy before? Which I feel like I remember you did.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, of
I was just like
course.
thinking like if they just knew how much easier it could be to get to whatever ideal they're looking for by just focusing on building strength, but also, like,
Yeah,
they literally were twigs, like, I there was
yeah,
nothing to lose, like, I was like, "What do you need to
yeah.
go on the stair stepper for?" There's not
Yeah.
like
It's just I feel like it's more ingrained in them, like it's a big event, so you
yeah,
have to look your best.
yeah.
Because I can totally relate to that. Like I was so small, like my prom dress was like a double zero. And
Wow.
I was like in that moment in time, like I was like, yeah, like I definitely know you need to keep the bod right. And I'm like, what bod? You're like a 16, 17-year old. Like what okay, like the
Mhm,
bod is whatever it like you're a child. But I don't know, it's like just like have to make sure we're working out and eating healthy and doing all of these extra things. And
mhm.
honestly, like it's so dumb. Like it's so fucking dumb looking back. Like I had a boyfriend in high school. I would have rather just fucking gone to prom like with my girlfriends. But like at the time it would have been
Yeah,
like weird, you know? Like
yeah,
you like and even like if you didn't like you weren't dating someone, it's like, "Oh, I'm just going to ask like either a random guy or like like one of my guy friends." Cuz like God forbid you go to fucking like prom just with your like girlfriends and have a good time, right?
yeah.
But oh my God, the pressure. Like we had a really small high school. Like how many people were in your graduating class?
Ugh. I don't know, like 3, 400.
Okay. So like you did senior prom and junior prom together or were they separate events?
Wow. I think it was junior prom and then senior semi.
Okay. So we did junior and seniors went to the same prom because in my graduating class there was like 34 or 36 and then in
Mhm,
the class above us or below us it would have been like maybe 40 or 30 like it was kind of around the same.
mhm,
So we had like a Facebook group and everybody posted their dress
mhm.
because it's such a small like I mean even probably for you guys you did that but like it would be like glaringly obvious if there was like two girls wearing the same dress out of like what
Yeah,
like 80 girls or whatever.
yeah.
Oh my God. I just remembered like you would before you went like prom dress shopping, like the night before you'd be like scrolling and you're like, okay, as soon as I buy mine, snap, you got to put it in that
Yeah.
fucking group because I am going to be wearing it first. Like, how weird is that?
I mean, it's smart, make
It is
sure.
so it is smart, but just the idea of like how much pressure we put on ourselves. And I told you, like, I didn't do Jillian Michaels like pre-prom, but my sister and her friends, I remember like
Mhm.
at one point I was like sitting on the couch just watching them and I was like, this is so embarrassing, you guys. Like, what are you doing? And they're like, you don't understand. Like, we have to look good for prom. And then what did I do? Like probably like similar shit, but like not Jillian Michaels, but yeah, you could have catch me like doing some crazy ass shit. And I was like, 17 magazine, like 6 days to abs. And I was like, hell yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like so dumb. Like ugh,
Uh,
it's why is it such a high pressure event?
well, high school in general, what the
High school
I
in
need to
general. Yeah, your mic
I
needs
know.
some
I
Viagra.
it needs it needs a off weight, that's what it needs.
Blue Chew, sponsor Maddie's microphone.
No.
What?
I
You
would
don't want
lo
that Blue Chew money?
You know what? I'll take any money, no. No, I do. You know what? Side note, like side
Yeah.
tangent, one thing I will like never like, I think about this when I listen to podcasts that I really like. So I'm gonna, of course, name Nick Viles because I know I do listen
I
to it.
think
I'm
I
sorry.
think this girl gets a kickback for listening to Vile Files because in our private life on the podcast, like Maddie is ride or die. So secretly, you guys, she's getting some sort of kickback,
I
maybe
wish I
allegedly,
was.
right? But it's
I,
actually his podcast. I do find myself always going back to.
it's good. It's
Good.
I can't lie. He gets good guests.
And he's
Like
shady. I love the shadiness. Like
he's
to Sheena,
shady.
shady. Yeah, like he'll fucking call her out. He's like, yeah, Sheena and Brock, like they totally rehearse their scenes
How's
before they're
that
fighting.
shady? Shady is
Cause
doing questionable things.
no, it's but like he's being shady. Like he is like stirring the pot, the drama. Like he is
I don't
saying
think that's
it all.
shady.
Oh, I do. I do. He's like,
Shady's like,
he's throwing shade. Like he's being shady. Love it. Mm.
okay, okay, I see that. Well, because like so many
Oh,
things
I
in
don't
that.
fucking care. I will talk shit about her all day. I just love that he does it. And he's like so public about it. He's like,
That
whatever,
he
I don't
doesn't
fucking
care.
care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that he doesn't care. Okay, so side note, back to what I was
Yeah.
saying. Um, one thing like I always think about, like even for us, like when we hypothetically one day get a sponsor, praying, one day get a sponsor, like I feel like I feel like we're just for the sake of like not only do I want us to continue having like a good reputation and also like,
Mm,
you know, we have to be careful like who we work with because I think
sure,
about like
sure.
for example, for them, they have some sponsors sometimes that are for like detox teas.
Right.
And
And
it's
somebody, I think certain people are just gonna like take whatever comes at them. But then I think you also have to question like kind of like the ethical factor. Like one of these podcasts I listen to, like he will not take any like gambling sponsorships. He's like, I could
oh
be fucking
interesting.
raking in a bag, but like
But why won't he?
because the
I
online
would.
gambling, I wouldn't either. I think
Oh. I was like I
no, I
would.
would no, well, I think it can be really, really dangerous because a lot of these online gambling sites like CS:GO or um that's a big one. There's a couple of others that I can't think of. They don't verify age. So like you can literally be a 14-year-old with your parents'
Oh.
credit card or your own card or whatever. Like they don't verify age. They
Uh-huh.
target younger people on the internet. They work with a lot of streamers. So it's like they'll give streamers like $1 million a month and they're
Oh my
supposed to
god.
gamble a fucking lot of it away. And you're just seeing that, if you're watching their stream, you're seeing them win, lose, and you're like, oh, well, they're okay to do it. They're giving me a promo code to use. Like, I'm gonna do this, whatever. Like, it's
Yeah.
really, really, it's really shitty. Like, it would be like, I mean, I think sometimes we forget that like gambling is like one of like it's a really bad addiction and like
Mhm.
there is not as much protection around it, like especially right now with online, like literally like there any young kid can like go on if they're watching their like favorite streamer and they're like, oh, they're gambling, I'm gonna do it and maybe I'm gonna make some money, and it's like, oh
Mhm.
my god, it's like it's a disaster. So I actually really
Hmm.
appreciate that he doesn't do that because they make stupid money and they're not
Mhm.
even gambling any of it away. Like they basically have like an allowance to gamble and that doesn't come from their paycheck. So it's
Interesting. I
like
had no idea.
yeah, it's really interesting. Like that's why I fucking love YouTube. Like I am going to be a ride or die YouTube girly until I'm like
Mhm.
98
Mhm.
because I learned like so much and I'm like I feel like so in the know. Like yeah,
God.
you want to know about a topic?
Uh,
I can probably tell you.
yeah. So I like it's like I don't expect him to know anything about health.
Right,
So it's
right.
like, okay, I'm like, okay, I totally understand that, but also they have a big audience. So it's like I feel like for
Yeah,
us, like it's really gonna be hard to have sponsors because like we want to make sure, right? We have to both agree on it, both of us
totally.
together, right? So like
Yeah,
gambling, you're not down for it, then I can't be down for it, and that's fine. Like
yeah,
that makes sense when you explain it that way. I had no idea. Like I don't look
yeah.
into any of that stuff.
It's the
But
same way that like he probably or anybody doesn't know why like skinny teas
yeah,
are really bad for you.
exactly,
Like what you don't
exactly.
know is just like it's
What you don't
crazy.
know.
Yeah,
So, I was just thinking about that, like, what it's not his obligation to know about
sure.
health, But, like, even for us, like, if we had a possible brand deal from BetterHelp, I wouldn't fucking take it. They're one of the
Yeah,
worst people for mental
yeah,
health, one of the
yeah,
worst. Like, they
yeah,
steal people's money. There's a lot I think this might be alleged or true, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure, allegedly,
allegedly.
allegedly, that, a lot of the therapists, like, are not good quality therapists, like,
Yeesh.
they steal money, like, it's
Well,
just a
yeah, I
bad
mean,
rep.
you coulda that's not totally shocking because, like, it's all online, it's, like, a
Yeah,
huge company, and I've heard horror stories, and then I've heard, okay things, right? So, it totally I'm sure it goes case by case, but as a
yeah,
whole, they have so much marketing and you hear them everywhere, so you
yeah,
expect you're like, "Ugh, like, this is a great solution, like, it's affordable, it's something I can do from home or whatever."
yeah.
Like, they really package it up beautifully, but I've heard so many fucked up and just, like, shitty things about it, and it's like, "God damn," like, you're supposed
I
to be, like,
know.
helping
A
people's
good
mental health.
a
Yeah,
good
like,
one.
what the
Yeah,
hell?
so I feel like one day when the time comes, I'm like, "Who are we even gonna accept an offer from?"
Adam and Eve. They if when
Uh,
people do ad reads for Adam and Eve on YouTube, they have to be, like, so, um censored with how they talk about it because like your episode can get demonetized like so quickly.
oh,
So it's
yeah.
so funny. But Adam and Eve fucking like sponsors literally everybody and anybody. Like if you have a pulse, they'll probably sponsor you.
I don't think you know what? Like, I was even looking up, like, how many views do you have to get sponsored?
Yeah.
It's, like, a lot of downloads. I was like, "Okay, see you
Yeah.
in a
Well,
few
that's why we gotta
years."
keep working. Yeah. I mean, but like
Uh,
that's like we're putting in that work over here. And for now, you guys were coming to you for fucking free. So like appreciate that. We're not getting shit.
and when you do hear us get sponsors, we're gonna need some help, so please
Yeah.
buy
And
whatever
you guys are
we're
gonna know it's quality because we're
Yes.
being candid about it, like, we're
Yes.
not just gonna, sell you, "Yeah, use code, kinda hot for 20% off your skinny tee." It's like, "No, that's no, we're not that's going to make you legit poop your pants. You wanna feel skinny? It's because you pooped your pants." Like, what are you talking about?
Legit. But yeah, then back to the prom thing.
People drank skinny tea, I remember, for proms and stuff.
I was
Yes.
victim. I was victim.
No!
But it was just let's be honest, it's
So
just
what
freaking
happened?
tea.
Bring it back, bring it back.
I
Well,
don't
no,
think
some of them
it was
literally,
just like
like
a bloat tea. Like
okay,
it
so it made you just pee a lot.
yeah, my friend though in the friend group, she took laxatives. She took straight up laxatives.
Oh,
Mhm.
I feel
Yep.
sad for her younger self.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know. Tough times.
honestly,
They were tough times.
yeah, but it's so hard and so much pressure and like everybody wants
Yeah.
to like look perfect, look their best, like this
Yeah.
is the time of our lives, like we're gonna rock
Yeah.
this town. Like they get real, people get real nostalgic and weird about like prom. So it's it does not surprise me, but it's like so sad because I remember there was definitely like I don't know if girls were taking like laxatives, but they were taking like bloating pills or water pills. And I
Yep.
was like, I literally asked my mom, I go, "Oh, do you have like any like water pills to like get rid of bloat?" And she's like, "You don't need that." And I was like, I just feel like really bloated. And she's like, well, like you probably don't need that. Like if anything, just like drink some more water. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay. And I was like, why is she being so fucking annoying? Just tell me where the damn shit is. I was
Ah!
like, I don't have time for this.
Side note, I know someone that asked, a mutual friend of ours when they went to Mexico to get bloat or what are they called? My
It's just
grandma was
like,
on them, like, to help you pee more.
oh, diuretic?
Yeah, asked her for
Yeah.
diuretics because she wanted to lose a few pounds, meanwhile, she was like this.
Eek.
And I asked the friend, I'm like, "Did you get them for her?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why?" Like, if someone asked me for diuretics, I'd be like,
Um,
"You're fucking stupid."
yeah, I
Like, I am
know.
not bringing you back pills, like, no.
Oh, I know. It's hard because like I feel like it's such a weird like line of like
Yeah.
you're an adult if you ask me and whatever, sure, like you can do whatever you want, but like also then like I feel like
I don't think it's a
you
weird line, I think it's you want, like, pills that require prescription, go get them yourself.
So I have a asterisk about that. I don't think it's this is in Minecraft. I don't know if it's illegal or not. So this is in
What?
Minecraft. I'm saying in Minecraft because that's like it's not real. This is a hypothetical. But
Oh.
my sister, when she went to Mexico, she got a lot of Prozac because she doesn't have a prescription in the States in Minecraft. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
doesn't have one. So I don't know. But so I feel like some because I was like in that situation, I was like, it's
That's
gonna be
totally
like
different. That's apples to
fucking
oranges.
okay.
This
But
is
you're
someone who wanted to lose a few pounds of freaking
but
water
so
weight
I go back to the point of like, well, if they're an adult and it's like, hey, you're going, could you just get me something? It's like kind of awkward. I don't know. I would feel awkward being to my friend like, oh, you
because
don't
you're a
need
people
that.
pleaser. I would just say, no, you're stupid. Stop it, Allie. Don't, you don't have to please people for everything.
I don't know. I just feel like I would feel like awkward.
Why?
Like
No,
I don't know.
no,
Cause well, I don't know. This is why we're in therapy. Because I
no.
literally, I don't know. I
Because
would feel
you're
so
afraid of
awkward.
disappointing them.
I just feel I'm like I don't even know if they would be disappointed. I just feel like they would be like, well, why can't you just do this for me? And I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess I don't know.
No. You gotta have boundaries somewhere. No, if someone's asked me to buy them pills because they want to lose a few pounds, but they have no pounds to lose, I'm not
Oh
feeding into that. But
yeah,
I've been really thinking about this because of Nick Vile, and
it
just like
always goes back.
I know because he talks a lot about friendship. Okay, and when
Yeah,
you
he does.
have
No, he's legend. Love.
exactly, and when you are a friend, a good friend is someone that doesn't let you act like a freaking idiot.
Right.
And if I'm a good friend, I'm gonna call you out on your shit.
Mm, it's
So,
true.
I mean, in theory, you're being a bad friend by feeding into someone's insecurity and being like,
Yeah,
"Okay,
it's
you
true.
gotta grow a
Yeah.
pair, Allie. You gotta grow a pair."
Well, no one's asked me to go to Mexico and get them anything. So,
Well, luckily, you can't fly yet.
if it, you know what? That's true. That's true. You know what? I could drive my little ass over the border. Um, if they ask me that, then I guess it'll be a test to see if I
Yes.
give a shit or not. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, definitely friends or people like in my vicinity have like asked, "Oh, what's your thoughts on this diet or this type of exercise?" And I'm very candid in those situations. Like, I will be
Mhm.
completely honest. But I think also sometimes, like, i- you're an adult making a decision. So sometimes I can't talk you out of that or I can't tell you how bad it is because, like, you're just going to do whatever the fuck you want at the
Yeah,
end of
but
the
you
day.
don't have to be you don't have to like
Totally.
instigate
Yeah.
them, you
In
know?
that. But then they might just like go and order them from somewhere
Yeah,
else
that's
anyway.
fine, but I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
the one who's doing it.
I'm not gonna be your drug mule.
No.
I
Literally.
might. If you ask me 3 times, I might.
Fine.
All right, shit, fine. Like, oh fuck. Yeah, no.
Uh,
Oh my God. No, it's so fun. Like, but I mean, even like going back to the prom, like the skinny tea, like what was that like for you? Like where
mm,
were, where were you when it happened? Like, did you see an ad on like, or not Instagram, because or Instagram
I
was around, but not like ads like that.
I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you where I saw the ad for it, but I
Yeah.
remember like buying it off their website. I just don't remember like anything
Uh,
really. Yeah, but
yeah.
I remember drinking it. I don't remember anything really happening. But yeah, I just remember a lot of girls were taking like they were taking like laxatives. They were taking what's the one people take like before the SATs and stuff.
Oh,
Like
Adderall?
yes, taking Adderall. Moon was like terrible for like drugs and alcohol, let's be
Who's
honest.
what's that?
Moon High School,
Oh,
where
your
I went
high
to high school.
school.
Yeah. They were not great
Yeah.
for drugs and alcohol.
I remember one time people would like smoke before school, but some one time like I straight up like saw somebody like in like before school like taking like a shot of vodka. Like I was out of a water bottle, so it was like
Yep.
fairly it was inconspicuous, but the face was not.
Did I tell you how they used to bring in alcohol in coffee mugs and sit in the hallway and drink before school started?
Such a sleigh. They're like, you know
Yep.
what? This fucking school, it's too much to deal with. I need to be
L-
like wasted. I would never
Literally.
do like I love a good time. Never would do that. In college, I have to admit, I would go to class high a lot, but I I was accidentally drunk one time. I totally forgot that I had class and I was like
Oh,
I was dartying and I was like, "Oh fuck, I cannot miss this," because
you're
she
what?
dartying like a day party.
Oh,
It's just like when it's nice out, you just everybody goes outside and drinks.
okay. I didn't know.
And I had a class where if you didn't you had no like you couldn't miss any. Like she would be like no miss. I don't give a shit what it is. Like in the real world you can't miss out on things and I'm like okay, that's a little crazy. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I was like, oh fuck, like I actually have class. I was like, I can't not go. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll just go and sit in the back. I'll just have my computer and just like be like, I'll just hide. And it was fine. But I was like, wait, I am a little toasted for a fucking like class on like healthcare. I was like, oh my God. I was mortified, but what are you gonna do?
Some lady at the coffee shop, and she was talking. I was like, "Who are you? I feel like I should know you." She kind of
Oh,
reminded me of a comedian, and she was talking, I'm assuming, to like a manager or an assistant. And she was like, "Yeah, after I was on the Oprah show, like I got so
what?
many I know. I got so many inquiries on my retreat, and then I was sending links out, but no one was buying because it was at a certain price and they didn't realize it was that price. And I really got to change who I'm talking to on social media." I'm like, "Who are you?" And I kind of want to know who you are. And then I
Yeah.
went to the bathroom and she was gone. I was like, "Dang it." But yeah, I'm like, "Who was
So
that?"
was
I'm
she
like,
even real? Or are you just imagining this?
it was a mirage. No, no, she was real. And then the
Yeah.
girl I was with,
No,
the
no, like I saw her. Yeah.
the girl I was with, Alex, I was like, "Do you hear this lady talking?" She's like, "Yeah, she sounds interesting." I'm like, "She does." Um,
Damn.
yeah. So that's my hot goss there.
That is the hottest gossip I've heard since well, my dad last night. The great, like I'm talking about like gossip from my dad. My dad, like literally, like he goes and plays pool at this pool hall, and one of the guys from like another like little club thing sought him out, was like, hey, you should come over to this club, you'll get
Mhm.
lifetime membership, like you don't have to pay for it, whatever. My dad's like, all right, not gonna question anything, like that feels pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
So he keeps going to like this new place, and he was approached by the same guy again, and he's like, oh, we would love to have you like on the board, like as like you know, I just think on the board or like on the council,
Okay.
I think is what he called it. And
Okay.
my dad's like, I don't want to fucking do this. I was just trying to go and like play some free pool and like not have to like deal with this shit. And
Yeah.
now he has to go every like the first Tuesday of the month. He has to go and like take notes and do the whole bit. And he's like, I don't want to fucking do this. I am like so over this. I was like, Dad, maybe this is where the people pleasing comes from. I was like, just
I
don't
was about
go.
to say that. Why didn't he just say no?
Because he was like,
Yep.
well, they gave me the free lifetime, and then what I figure out is there's a coup going down, so, younger guys are coming in, they're trying to push out the older guys, so I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna help keep the older guys in and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, you are a grown ass man. This
Mhm.
drama is it was good. It was good. So the details, I'm a little fuzzy because I was drinking last night, so I don't remember the full
You
conversation.
sound like an alcoholic going to
I
class
did.
drunk.
Oh
Can't
yeah, well,
remember
girl, I
details.
was, I was a cute little 21-year-old or 20-year-old. I was, I was living my best life, and I only had 2 glasses of wine, but my God, I feel like an old lady. I'm like, I feel like I don't sleep well. I'm like not my cute self. What are you gonna do? I just
Not drink?
That's why you don't drink. But I was having fun. I was like, oh yeah, like I had to go to my parents' house, so I was like, well, at least I want to like kind of like have a glass of wine. Like they got some good wine here. And then my dad had some like tea, so I was like, all right, fucking give me the tea. Like I love tea. It doesn't even matter. It could be about your fucking grandma. Give me the tea.
I don't think I have any tea to give you.
No, I'm saying just I don't care what it is.
I know, I
I
know.
love tea. Do you get that? Like I get excited to talk about like anything. It doesn't matter. Like tea is me, and me is tea.
Sometimes, like, I just don't care for tea from specific
Oh,
people because
wow.
it's like,
You're better than I am.
eh, well, here's the thing. It's
Okay.
because, like, the dad situation. He only got into that because he just didn't say he wanted to people please. Do you know what I mean? He just didn't be like,
Yeah.
"No, I don't wanna do that." So, like, when people clearly put themselves in situations because of their inability to say no or do something, like, that's annoying to me. I'm like, "I just can't listen."
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah,
Because
like,
it's not in a complaining way, it's more of like, "Oh my god, this is, like, fucking hilarious, like, look what I got myself into." And so,
mm,
I'm just, like, dying because picturing my dad, he's, like, a very much like a, "I don't wanna talk on the phone, I'm not trying to,
mhm.
like, schwitz and do this extra, like,
I was
schmoozing."
on
He's,
a
like,
board.
totally, like, no BS. He's, like, "I just don't care to, like, do whatever I don't wanna do." But he's, like,
Mhm.
Then my guys, we're playing pool together." He's a guy he has his,
What?
like, has his crew, like, he's the youngest too. Like, everybody else is, like, over 70. I'm like, "Jesus Christ, you're old." But, like, it's just like the image of him, like, being in a space where he's, like, sitting on a council and doing this shit, I'm like, "It's so fucking laughable." I was, like, dying. I was like, "I need to tell my sister this because like, we just die over like, whenever he has to do anything outside of his realm, it's so fucking funny. Like, he's just this, like,
Mhm.
painter guy, and his clothes are always looking a mess because 'cause they're covered in paint, so when he has to, like, do, like, important shit or
Mhm.
out of his realm, it's so fucking funny to me because 'Cause I'm like, I just can't picture it. Like, do you picture your dad, like, doing, like, certain things and you're like, "That's really fucking funny," or is this just, like, a unique experience?
I mean, not really, because my dad just, like, doesn't care for people. Like, he just literally does not care for people, but he has friends, but, like, there's nothing where, like, yeah, I don't think he's ever, like, put himself in position because he just, like, won't do stuff, like, he really won't,
Mm.
that he doesn't wanna do, which I kind of, like that.
You
Um,
vibe with that.
I vibe with that. Yep, I do.
You been watching Valley Vanderpump? Because I okay, I know a couple episodes ago, I was saying Katie was annoying me. I obviously am always a ride or die for Katie. I thought her podcast was annoying. That may still be true, but
Mhm.
I am so over Lala. I'm so over Sheena. Why is nobody putting respect on Katie and Ariana's names?
I have a confession to make. I'm behind on Vanderpump
Oh, that's
because
okay.
I've watched the episode of The Valley, so we're good there.
Okay, cool.
But I'm behind on Vanderpump because I've been watching Summer House.
So good.
I love Summer House. I'm in love with it.
Do you heart Kyle Cook? Because I heart Kyle Cook.
I don't hurt him when he's acts
Oh.
like a drunk fool.
Well,
How
yeah, that's pretty
how about that
embarrassing.
contract he had with her parents? So for those of you that
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, on Summer House, Kyle Cook and what's her last name?
B. It begins with a B, I think.
Amanda B, they had to put a contract in place because Kyle, her fiance, just gets, like, belligerently drunk, and if he cannot control his drinking, Amanda can call off the wedding, and he would have to pay back her parents every single cent they spent on the wedding. So
Ah,
if we got to that point in our engagement
engagement. Eesh.
in our engagement that we had to have a contract in place.
Yeah,
He's like, how old
no.
is he? 30 something? He's not changing. He's literally not changing. So why do you think he's gonna change all of a sudden?
He at the time, he was probably 35,
Mhm.
maybe? But yeah, like, let's be real. I like to, have a few drinks and have a good time. I'm never in a point where I'm out of control doing crazy. Like, that's just like too much. Like, it's very frat boy energy. Grow up. You are
Yes.
old. And if there ever had to be anything past a conversation, like, that would be like, this man is not for me. I do
100%.
in a toxic way, I do love him because I just love, like, his energy on the TV. Like, I'm infatuated by that. Would I wanna be in a relationship with him? Fuck no. But I'm loving
Yeah.
it's good TV, right? It's good TV.
Yeah, it's like when him and Amanda are good, he's so nice and so loving and just
Right.
literally treats her so good. But then he has like his like spews of being like an alcoholic drunk. And like I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but like my standard it will always be if you cheat on me once, like I'm gone forever. So it's just like
Right.
she picks to put herself in these situations and that's her fault, like, if you wanna stay
Yeah.
with someone because they cheated on you when they were so drunk, they don't even remember, That's
Yeah.
wild. So expect that. Expect that.
You know what my grandma used to say?
What?
She was like, if you get if you get or if you do anything when you're drunk, it doesn't count. Like it's okay. Like if you were drunk, it's not your fault. It's totally okay.
That's wild.
Isn't that so funny? And I don't even think she like ever drank. Like
Huh.
she never drove. Like
Well, that's
she
good.
never had a license. Like I don't think
Never?
she no, like she's not technically like my grandma, but she was like a pseudo grandma. So
Mm,
she was like much older, but she
okay.
never drove a car, never had a license. I don't think she ever drank, but she would always say that shit. She'd be like, "Yeah, if you ever get drunk and something happens, it's not your fault. You were drinking. It's not your fault." And I'm like,
So what happens if you get a DUI and kill someone?
not your fault. You know what? It's not your
In
fault. I was
in the
like,
eyes of grandma?
you know what? She just had something. She was like, you know what? You guys are just like too fabulous. Like you could just never do anything. Like it wouldn't be your fault. And I'm like, okay, you said it.
God,
Yeah.
that's actually really funny.
Did your
Good.
grandma ever like give you some crazy ass like or like any relative? Because like I
I'm trying to
swear,
think.
some people they just like they say the craziest shit. Like I think she was the only one that like ever said like anything wild like that. But I feel
Mhm.
like you go on TikTok and you see all these like crazy family stories. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Like sometimes it's really sad. Sometimes it's like funny crazy, but I'm like, oh my God. Like everybody's like low key fucked up.
They've said some fucked up things, but nothing I am willing to ever repeat.
Right. Oh, all
Those
right.
kind of
That's a
things.
conversation for
Yeah.
therapy.
That's a well, no, more just like, no, we don't believe that.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
but yeah, not I mean, my grandpa calling me fat when I was like 6, that's a good
Oh,
memory. He was a
oh,
hard man, so I can understand why he would say that because he just didn't care. You know what I mean? Just like different. Like he came from Italy and
sure.
was literally driving. I think he was working during the Great Depression as like a kid, like, so
Right.
obviously
Right.
that's a whole different
Right.
lifetime. But never like it's kind of sad. Like I don't have any memories of like them saying anything like funny like that in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
I don't know,
yeah.
maybe we just had like a different kind of relationship or we just didn't like grandma was not like warm, cuddly. My Mexico
Okay.
grandma, very much more like
Yeah.
loving, but like my mom's mom, she was yeah, she was like hardcore. Like
Yeah. Was she
she was
from Italy as well, or?
you know what? I don't know if she was first or second generation, but
Okay.
she was 100% Italian.
Nice. Wow. Love that. That's why you
Yeah,
got
my
like a good complexion. Got that like olivey complexion.
I think
I'm
my
like
sister's more olive than I
I
am.
am translucent.
You are like giving
Like my arms are
Edward
purple right
Cullen.
now. Yeah, always. I'm like, what the hell? Like I swear sometimes like I was just like dropped off by the neighbors because like my parents both like they're not this fair. Like I
Huh.
am like so
Oh, yeah, your
fucking
sister tans, doesn't she? Like, she gets tan, like
because so I think like her skin just like adapted because like she's been living in like a
mhm.
tropical environment, but like she used to be like very pale like me, but she always had freckles. So at least she had like
Interesting.
some color, but like
Color,
I'm just
yeah.
like a ghost. Like I look dead. Like
We should
not
do an edit where you just, like, in my wall would be better actually right now, but you just, like, absorb into the wall.
because like that's what I feel like. That's what I look like. Like I was trying on jean shorts today, which Target had some fucking fire jean shorts. They were $20.
I can't buy clothes from Target. It's not worth
I
it.
I normally can't. I'm like no, like I did try on bathing suits just for like because I was like, "Oh, they're cute." They always are a disaster. My boobs are like way too big. Like I need like an actual supportive bathing suit.
Mm,
But like okay, also drop this in the comments. For the big chested peeps out there, where are we getting bathing suits? Because I went on Nordstrom because they have really good bras. So I was like, "Oh, maybe they'll have bathing
mhm,
suits that are good." Grandma Central. Not
mm.
no, they have a sale going on right now. Don't give a fuck. I was going to look like a grandma trying to be like sexy. Like the bra was like the strap was fucking thick. I was like, "Oh God, this is
Well,
like
what do you think? I mean
Well, Nordstrom has cute shit. Like some of their stuff
Oh,
is cute, but I'm saying like I was just looking for like a supportive bathing suit top and I
yeah.
was finding nothing. But on the bright side, I got a pair of jean shorts at Target for like 20 bucks and they're actually not terrible. Like I was like, wait, these are like literally slay. Getting them.
I like that. I just can't buy clothes from Target because it's like they disintegrate. Like, I had a
Oh,
pair of
you
jeans.
feel that?
Yeah, I mean, I bought a leather
Okay.
belt. It lasted like a year or 2. I threw it away and I replaced it with my nice leather belts from Mexico. But like, it's just like
Okay.
I am such a stickler on like buy it nice or buy it like you end up buying it like 3 times. Like
Oh,
I just can't.
okay.
I hate buying stuff that's like just low quality crap. And like, not
Mm.
to be mean, but Target can be pretty low quality.
She just called me a low quality bitch, everybody. That was coded.
Listen,
She said low quality crap. I said, "You know what? It's true.
you're
100%
not
true."
buying Shein though. You're not buying Shein,
I'm
are
not
you?
doing that. No, God, no. Oh God,
Good.
that those clothes will fall off of you right when you're walking down the
Oh my
street.
god, I know. Mm-mm.
I totally have. I think in the past, have I ever? I think I got a couple bathing suits. But they were all like they were okay, but it's so hard because like you buy it in like a set, like it's like a medium, like you can't switch
Oh,
the sizing
yeah.
or whatever. So
Yeah.
like they were always like so wonky.
Uh-huh.
But it was like, oh, you're going on vacation, like for like spring break or
Mhm.
whatever, like this summer. I'd be like, oh, let me just get like three new bathing suits, and they're just like fucking like trash. But I was like, whatever, they're fine. I'll just get new ones next season. And I kind of still operate in that mentality. Every summer, I get new bathing suits.
I kinda do too.
Yeah.
However, I've been wearing the same bathing suit that I wore on our honeymoon to Italy. When did I go to Italy?
Is it
April?
the red one?
Yes.
Such a slay.
I wear that one everywhere. I'm like, "This is the last trip I'm gonna wear it." I'm going to Colorado
Who
in
cares? It's so
April.
cute.
I know, I'm gonna wear it again.
Do they have it in other colors?
Yes, but, like, why get another one? It fits
Mm,
fine.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Literally, though. Even Joel was like, "You should buy just a really nice one, and that way you'll have it like a really, like, expensive
Yeah,
one." I was like, "You know
sure.
what? Like, I need to." Question for you.
What?
Did anyone here listening fall for remember when triangle bikinis were big, the brand? I had one. I had no business having one in high school.
Oh God, they're so ugly.
That brand, the triangle. It was a brand, remember triangle? They were expensive.
I know. I had like three.
Oh my god.
And they came in like the big box. Like it, oh my God. Oh, they were
So
horrible.
they were. And like I honestly get there's like two reasons why I get like basically thong bikinis. Sorry, but like that's what I like to wear.
Yeah,
One
no,
because
they're
like
way cuter.
they are. One because this like the way my butt is when they just cut when they're like that
Oh,
scuba material, it makes my butt not look right. Like
it's
something is
so bad.
wrong.
It's so
So
bad. It
yes.
was like
So
a scuba material. What the
yes, and
hell?
I bought one, I can't remember where I bought it from, but they're a more athletic brand, and it was like I got, like, not a full butt, I got, like, in between I would say in between a super cheeky and, like, a regular one, so it was, like,
Okay,
semi-cheeky, and it was the scuba material, and it cut my butt weird, it looked really weird. Got rid of it, sold it, done with that. Now, I just go
done.
full freaking thong, I don't give a crap, I'm at the beach, who cares? Like, I
Yeah,
don't care,
yeah,
like, I don't, like, look at I we hadn't been on any trips with family, so, like, whatever.
right. Yeah,
But yeah, I just it's full thong bikini, like, basically
slay.
just, like, I don't know what you not like a string, like a straight up string on my butt. But you know what I
Like
mean, you've
a
seen it on
straight,
my
yeah,
Instagram.
like yeah, of course, yeah, no, I always wear those except around like family. I'm like, I need a full coverage bottom. Like I feel so fucking
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
I wouldn't do that to family.
'Cause like even like my boobs are really big. Like I need them to get gone. I would love to do a breast reduction. Like I
Is it
just
weird if I
hate
ask you what size they are?
the bra I'm wearing right now is a 34 double D.
Oh god!
I hate them. I want to like cut them off.
Wait,
I'm
so it
like,
goes
get gone.
I'm really bad with, like, bra sizing, but
Yeah.
it doesn't go chronological, like A, B, C, D, it kinda, like,
Yeah, it does.
goes
A,
oh,
B, C, D. and then it
Double
will like
D?
be double D, E, F, or whatever.
Wow. I'm like a
Yeah.
B, like 34,
I
34B.
can wear I can wear a 36C
See, that's
if
what I
I
mean. It's
or
some of
yeah,
them
so
are
like
like,
if you want a smaller cup, you can do it. If you want a smaller cup, you just do a bigger band.
if you want
I
a smaller cup,
like
you do a bigger.
the D part, the double D is the size of the cup and the
Yeah.
34 is the band. So I could
Yeah.
do a 36, so a bigger band and a smaller cup and it'll still kind of fit the same. They're like
Oh,
sister
weird.
sizes.
Yeah, that always
I
confused
don't know how
me.
it works though because I need the cover like what
Yeah,
do
I
you
know. How does I never understood that.
I don't honestly I don't know. And this is so like dorky. I literally was like my mom like had a bra and I go, "I need whatever that bra is because like she bought me one and it was like cut here." I was like falling out. I was like, "I need like a full coverage brassiere. Like I need
You
these
need
boobs like
you need like dinner
taped."
plates.
I am mortified. No, I literally there's nothing sexy about me and having big boobs. I just feel uncomfortable.
Oh, whenever I
You gotta
gain
strap
weight,
them down.
I hate it.
I am not sexy. Like, I would love to be one of those cute gals, like, rocking her cleavage, looking sexy.
Nope.
It's not me. It's not me.
It's kinda weird how not weird, but, like, some people, like, I'll be watching, like, I don't know, TV shows, whatever,
Sure.
TikTok reels, the usual
I was reading an article one time.
on TikTok.
TikTok.
And it will be, like, a business one or whatever, and the girl, whatever she's wearing, like, is showing some cleavage, and that's fine. Like, I don't have
Yeah.
any, like, "Ooh, don't do that." No, I don't think
Yeah.
that. But, like, some people, it's just, like, very much a part of their style. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't have anything, literally anything that's like cleavage showing. If the only reason why I ever
Yeah.
did was because when I like gained weight, that
Right,
was like the
right.
only. I'm like, how weird. Like, I don't think it's weird, but Sophia Vergara, is that her last name?
Vergara? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Vergara, like a very, very cleavagey. And I'm like, that's just
Very
part of her, like,
boobalicious.
yes,
Mm.
part of her like MO. And I'm like, I could
Yeah.
never like I hate like one of the first things, let's take a poll here. When you lose weight, where is the first place you want to lose? Like first three for me, boobs, butt, and stomach.
Boobs,
Like
butt,
that's where I want to
boobs. No,
lose.
I want a butt. I love. Okay, so that's the difference here. Like
Mm.
my ass could be the size of a house, and I'm like, she's slaying. Like I have always,
She's
like
like,
I've always I've always had like a bigger butt, and I like never really had these like gigantor boobs. Like I just literally
just
hate them. Like
couldn't.
and
Yeah, yeah,
so I am with you on boobs, stomach,
yeah.
and then maybe just, like, roundness of my face, because like, I turn into a little cherub. Like, if I have extra
Oh my
weight
god, my face. My face right now. So I'm currently in I'm doing like an antimicrobial
yeah,
cleanse, and
okay,
again, this is with a practitioner. This is not with
right.
skinny detox
Yeah,
teas.
this is not to lose a couple pounds. This is
No, no,
you
no.
guys know the drill. Like,
Yeah,
Maddie
I'm
is in her healing era.
I've been in it forever now. Anyway, it can delay your period. So I was supposed to get my
Okay.
period like a week ago, not pregnant, don't worry. But and I was just like talking to my coach, and I was just like, this is like really weird. She goes, "Oh, that's very, very normal for the thing you're
Oh,
in."
okay.
My
Yeah.
body is like trying to have a period, but it just won't
Uh,
let me, right? And I
yeah.
feel just like I had like a random cramp, and I haven't gotten cramps in, I don't know, like over a year plus since
Mm.
I've worked on my health. I don't get them anymore, which is like side note, if you're getting like really, really strong current, where'd that come from? Strong, I don't know, strong
A
wave.
strong current.
And you're getting really, really bad period symptoms, that is not normal. Not normal. So anyway, because I've worked on my gut health and that, my hormones have gotten a lot better. But with the antimicrobials I'm taking three different ones, it can delay your period. I got the
Mm.
wicked. This felt like someone went in my uterus, went like that. Like it hurt so bad. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, it was so bad. I'm like, just let me have my period.
Oh
So
my god.
I know. And so I'm like currently, and I feel like my face is just like retaining so much. I'm just like,
Mm.
God help me. So yeah, that's my current dilemma right
Yeah.
now. But yeah,
Oh,
face. I would say face and boobs for sure. Like I love
yeah.
to like this. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just it kinda go ahead.
Uh, I was just gonna say I notice that's like where I want to lose first, and that's where I tend to lose
Yeah.
first. Like especially my
Mhm,
face.
mhm.
My stomach's always like the last. It's like we're hanging on every little bit. I'm like, get the fuck off of me.
It's like, we might need to if the plague comes, if
No,
there's
it's like
a
bestie, the fridge is full. Like it's going to be okay. But that's also like,
Uh,
part of why it's like so important to like do dieting the right way so that like you're,
yes.
you don't put yourself in a position where it's really hard to lose weight, right? Like
Yeah,
damn, like if I could go back to like younger me or like literally younger version of like most women and just like tell them that the harder you push yourself oftentimes is like the harder it's going to or the longer it's going to take to like come off because you're like eating really low calories and then fucking binging because you're goddamn starving. And then it's just like this whole fucking cycle. And it's like, why is this not working? And it's like, well, because you're being really hard on your body. And now in this like enlightened age of 26 years old, I'm like, "Ugh, my body's a temple. We love you."
you're only 26?
Yeah.
We've gone over this before, but why do I
My
feel like
birthday's in May. I'll be 27 in May.
oh, yeah, so we're like a year and a half-ish
Yeah.
apart or so.
Yeah, I'm,
Gotcha.
like, super mature, you definitely someone oh my god, I remember in the, late one of Lacey's, like, group programs, someone
Uh-huh.
thought I was a mother, and I said, "I
You
am
give
not a
mother
mother,
energy.
I'm the mother." What does that mean?
Like, because you nanny and stuff, so, like, I get that mother energy from you.
Is that, like, a bad thing? Because I feel like I'm a young
No.
woman. Am I an old lady? I am a
You're a
young, hot woman, and you're telling me I give you
yes.
mother energy.
I don't think
Okay.
it's a bad not a bad idea, a bad thing to have mother
Maddie's like, "It
energy.
might be a bad idea." It might be.
For me. Oh, how about someone was, I messaged someone because just they popped in my head, and I like to be
Totes.
like, message people, like,
Yeah.
that's something I try to do to, like, be a better friend.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, I get that.
yeah, she was, I just knew her from different gyms I've worked at, and, she was like, "Oh, yeah, that person just had a baby." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And she was like, "Oh, are you guys thinking that way soon?" I'm like, "Okay, obviously this is not a friend because they don't know me." And I was like, "No, we're
Yeah.
happy you're kid free." Like, and then she just
Yeah.
double tapped the message and that was it. The conversation ended.
I also feel like, okay, as a person that's like choosing to not have children, do you
Correct.
feel like it's rude when people ask, like, oh, are you guys thinking about having kids? Are you trying? Blah, 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 blah. I hate that question. I think it's so fucking rude. Mind your fucking business.
Well, I think it depends.
Okay.
Like, if I'm, like, catching up with someone, I think that's, like, a regular society standards for a regular talking point. Because a lot of times when I say, like, "What's new with you?" It always centers around their kids.
Mm,
And I think it's, like, part of just, like, a lot of people just don't have time to have, like they don't have I don't know. Like, maybe they just don't have the mental bandwidth to add more things on. Like, my parents
mm,
really didn't have a ton of hobbies when they were raising us because they were
right.
working and trying to
Right.
keep the house and take us everywhere X, Y, and Z. So it's like, I don't think it's rude necessarily to ask someone like, "Oh, you guys like thinking about having kids?" Because I think it's just such a regular talking point because like
Mm,
it's just part of the process. Like you get a boyfriend, you get engaged, you get married, you move in, you have
mm,
kids. You know what I mean? But, like, I personally, I think it's like when you're in that world, that's what you ask.
mm.
I'm not in that world, so, like, when I ask people how they are, I'm like, "Oh, how's life?" Like, that's how I
Right.
always ask, like,
Yeah.
"How's life going?" Or, or other friends where I'm like, "Oh, like, what's going on with your business?" Like, I asked,
Right.
one of my friends that recently, and she just told me that. But, like, I don't know, I think some people who have experienced loss with, a miscarriage or things like that, they probably become a little more sensitive around how
Mm.
they ask people about
Yeah.
their plans for procreating.
I think it is so presumptuous. It's an eye roll.
I think I don't I can see that, but I just think of
Yeah.
it just like it's just because we're so used to that society standard. So it's just like, you know what I
Change
mean?
it. Change it.
I agree. It's
Change it.
like
I just like you see these like like stupid fucks like on Facebook. I literally somebody that I know got engaged. Somebody comments, "Finally, we've been waiting for this."
Oh,
Shut the fuck
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Like
Yeah, that's weird. That's
like, so
weird.
it gives me same energy of like, "When are you having kids? Are you guys trying? You've been together for a while. Why don't you have kids?" It's like,
Oh, yeah. Like, why
you know,
can't I do
like that
something
energy,
different?
it's just
Yeah.
like, shut the fuck up. Cause like, you don't like people like maybe don't want to have children or are desperately
Right, but
trying
I
or
think there's a different I think we're looking at it from 2 different ways.
totally.
You're looking at it more from someone saying stuff like that, like,
Well, I think just regardless, it's just so invasive. Like there are ways to ask about somebody's future because maybe you're that person that doesn't really, you were friends with them, but like doesn't really know you. Maybe they don't know that you talk about like not wanting children, being
Mhm,
child free.
mhm.
And like, I just feel like it's so weird. Like, why is that like a question? Like that we ask people. It's like basically like, oh, how's your fucking sex life? Are you like guys having a lot of
Oh.
sex? It's just like awkward. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, yeah. I don't
I
know.
get the ick
Maybe I'm just so, like, detached from it, like
because yeah, you're not, you totally have a different perspective. So that's valid.
yeah, I think, like, for example, if someone were to say to me, like, "Well, why aren't you having kids? Like, don't you think you're gonna regret it?" I always spin
Right.
it around with, "Do you think you're gonna regret having kids?" That's what I
I
would say.
love when you say that. I love
But
it.
I just, like I'm very in this phase of my life where I'm just, like, very unbothered with, like, asking
Yeah.
hard questions to people
Yeah.
because, like, I really don't care if someone dislikes me. Like, if someone's, like, mad I like,
Yeah.
I just don't it's just not gonna work for me. I think that's also, like, just how I've been feeling with, like, trying to convince people, I
Mm.
don't like where I'm going with this? Like,
Yep, I know exactly.
people that wanna work on their health, but they don't actually, like, wanna change the things they're doing, like, I just
Mhm.
don't have time to convince you to change it.
Yep. And
If
it's honestly not my business. I
Exactly, so I think that has rubbed off into, like, my personal life where I just, like
yeah.
you ask me a question, I'm gonna ask you one back, like, because it's weird
Yeah.
to me "Well, why don't you want kids? They're the best things ever in life." Like,
Right.
"Okay, well, do you think you're
For
ever gonna
you.
regret"
For
Yeah, for
you.
you, and that's
Yes, yes.
fine. If you want that, like, please, by golly, go do it. But, like, that's just, like, not me. Like,
Yeah.
if Joel woke up tomorrow and said to me, like, "I wanna have kids, we're getting a divorce," I get a divorce. Like,
Yeah.
sorry. Like, it
Yeah.
wouldn't even take me 2 seconds to, like, consider it because I just know I literally know, like, I knew from, like, very, very young age
Right.
that it wasn't for me, and that's funny because I think about our first date for you locals, we went to, Eggs and At. That's a popular place to go to,
Okay.
and, I remember sitting at the table, and I was like, "If you want kids, this ends here." Because
Oh
like
my god. That
well,
is amazing.
he was older than me, so, like, I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
"You're gonna wanna settle down faster than I do,"
Sure,
then there
sure,
was no
sure.
point on continuing to go on dates if he
What was
wanted
his
kids.
response?
I'm pretty sure he was like, "Yeah, I'm, like, really not" like, I think if I wanted kids, he would want kids, but
Okay.
I think he would be a fantastic dad. I see him with their
Yeah.
nieces, and he's great, but, like,
Yeah.
he's totally fine not having them,
Yeah.
so it was basically, up to me, and also, like, I think he's adjusted to our
Your
lavish life.
lifestyle. Yeah. But
Yes.
no, I mean, once you do have kids, it's like game over. The MO changes and like it's no
Yes.
longer gets to just be about you and your partner and whatever you're doing. And like, but
Yeah.
that's okay. Like, and that gets to be
Yeah.
okay. And like that's kind of what you're signing up for. Like, and if you don't want that, then that's fine. But what is the question of like, are you gonna regret it? Like, why? Like, why
I
is
don't
that
know
like
if
why do you feel comfortable asking that? Because I just told you a decision or my answer, where I stand, and that should be enough. Why do I have to, like, explain why I don't think I would regret it? Like, it's just
it's a
goddamn,
weird
people
question
are
to ask.
weird.
It is a weird question to ask. I wouldn't ask it to someone, off the
Right.
bat, like, be like,
But
"Well, why
I
not?"
love your rebuttal. Like, I love that energy because you're, like, just holding the mirror back up.
Yeah, literally, I'm just, like, reflecting back to them,
Mm,
like, "Aren't you gonna regret having them?" You know? And honestly, like, if you wanna go down a wormhole, look up, like, on
yes.
Reddit, like, "I regret having kids."
Love
A
Reddit.
lot of people that regret having kids, so 'cause there's a lot of
Oh,
people that
you know,
shouldn't have kids, let's be honest.
totally. There really is, and I think it would be a very taboo thing to admit out loud that I regret having my kids. So, you're gonna go on Reddit and like find your people and
Anonymous 3456, I regret having kids.
like user blah 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 blah. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's so kind of crazy though, because like you can totally like tell certain people that you're like, don't even seem happy as a parent. Like you just don't seem like you even like
Oh,
your kids or whatever. And how sad must that be
yeah.
for those children then to like feel like
Yeah.
I'm constantly like pining for love and attention and I feel like I don't get it. I mean, that's just a whole nother thing. And
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy. Like it's you know what? I love the perspective that you bring because like I think for a lot of society, which I also just like hate, but I do fall into that. Like the default is to have kids and I do want to have kids, but I'm like, let's not make it the fucking default. Like stop asking people.
Mhm.
Stop just like being so presumptuous. Like I'm like fighting from the other side. I'll be like with my pregnant belly, but I'm like, don't fucking say that.
Well, didn't I talk about when I came back from, St. Thomas, one of the I feel like I told this story.
Oh,
One of the
yes,
yeah,
yes.
the at the grocery store, that guy was like, "What well, she's ready for kids, isn't she?"
No,
And I was
no,
like,
no, no.
"No." He said, "Well, what are you gonna do? Just keep partying?" I'm like, "I don't party. We are gonna be millionaires at some point. We're gonna be traveling the world, doing what I do, run businesses, like, enjoying each other's company, living
Mm,
life. Like, it doesn't have to be like, for some people, I feel like it's just like,
yeah.
if you're not a mother, it's like you don't serve a purpose. And like,
Or you're
I
not
took,
responsible.
yeah, like, what do you
There's
think I'm
something
doing? Like, partying?
yeah.
Like, the last drink I had was around my 21st birthday, like 7 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a long time.
You're like, yeah, I'm not doing like a whole lot of that. So, I guess
No,
I have zero purpose. Like I'm not fun, I'm not cool, I'm not gonna be a mom. Like, bye.
I know. It's, yeah. So that I was just kind of like,
So frustrating.
yeah, I was, like, really trying not to be, like, heated, but I was just like,
Yep.
"Nope, that's just not for me." And he's like, "Oh, I want more." I'm like, "That's awesome. Like, I'm
Like,
glad you want more. Like,
get to
keep
it. Yeah.
yeah, keep having more." I don't know. But yeah. But we are gonna have eventually on, a I would like to call her a friend. We're getting to the friend position. Her name's Marcy. We're gonna have her on the podcast probably like in July or August
Yeah.
or somewhere around there. And she is also not having doesn't want kids. That's not
Yep.
like something she's wanted. And
Yep.
I asked if she wanted to talk about it, so she does want to talk about it. So that's fun.
I love that perspective. I love it.
Yes. When is this one coming out? Why do I never check before we do this?
That's okay. The the 3rd of April. So
The
next week.
third Wednesday. This one?
No, no, April 3rd.
No.
April 3rd. That's what you wrote on the calendar.
No, we already did our first month of the episode.
Well, that's what you wrote on the calendar.
That's incorrect. We'll figure
No,
it out
it's not.
later. I'm telling you, okay,
You
I'm telling
might
you
be
that
you might tell me the truth, but I got a Google reminder and I just remember it said
this is not coming out in the first Wednesday of the month because we've recorded that already.
we definitely did. You are right about that.
You know what? Because I think we had changed stuff around so much.
Ah,
Allie, it literally says comes out April 17th.
interesting.
Anyway, this comes out April 17th. Oh, before we've been podcasting a while, maybe we should, shut up. Um,
Yeah.
stop. We are interviewing, which when this comes out, we will have already interviewed her,
Hmm.
but a registered dietitian, and she's a special registered dietitian. She was actually my first coach when I was working on getting off Humira. I worked with her for a year. She is a wealth of knowledge. Are you excited to interview her? I am.
I'm really excited and I think she brings like the way she talks about her field
She's so
and like
smart.
it just makes it digestible and it's also like kind of like funny like the way like she talks about certain topics
Yeah, she
like
talks
which
about poop a
you guys
lot.
will see like I just feel
Yeah.
like she makes it approachable to
Yes.
get into maybe like more in-depth conversations and looking
Yes.
at health a different way which
Yep.
I always appreciate somebody that does it like if you can make your information
Digestible.
approachable and
Yeah.
digestible and like easy to kind of get into, it
Yeah.
makes it so much easier to kind of stick with something or keep learning about it. Like when there is that barrier, I'm like, I don't even fucking know how to like start this or like try and like wrap my brain around it. I get very frustrated. So I
Yeah.
specifically like a lot of her content, just like conversation, because it's just easy to get into. And that's like a really like that's like a good type of teaching skill to have.
I agree. And something I'm really interested in talking to her with is that she comes from the medical, like, worked in a
Yes.
hospital. She was actually a registered dietitian for I don't know what the correct terminology is, but for patients that were getting gastric bypasses and
Yep.
obesity and things like that. So
Yep.
she now works in the functional world of health. So it's really cool to see how she went from conventional Western medicine
Mm,
to more functional. And I really want to talk about her about like the gaps that she sees. Because
yeah.
we worked a lot on my functional health to get off to work on getting off towards getting off Humira. So I think it's gonna be really interesting to hear from like, you know, people that think you have to work with the registered dietitian and what gaps she had when she was working in
Mhm.
that realm to when she switched and started diving into this. So I think that will be a really cool interview next week that we do.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I like with interviews, we we get to like learn and have different conversation as well as like you guys listening to something new and
Yeah.
different. So it always
Yep.
like makes me really excited for
Yeah.
interview days, and I like was looking at like our little questions that we sent over, and I'm like, I just think it's going to be
Oh,
like
I think
actually
it's gonna be great.
enjoyable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I
I
like to bring
agree.
on people that we don't dread talking to.
Yes, we're not gonna name names. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm gagged. I
We're
can't.
here for the tea. Last thing is me and Allie
Yes.
decided we're gonna start doing a deep dive episode or
Oh,
two.
yes,
I
yes.
would say probably every other month because they're gonna require
They're
a
gonna
little bit
take
more
more.
work. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're gonna take some more work. I don't know what the fall like after the first deep dive that we do, I don't know what the deep dives are gonna be after that, but we have
I
an
don't
idea for the first
know.
one.
Yeah, I and maybe, it's something that we just it comes in sporadically, like, when some shit
Yeah,
happens, maybe we do
yeah,
it, or who knows, but I this first one is actually gonna be like, I'm excited to kind of, like,
yeah,
go back into it and, like,
yeah.
transport myself through time to when this shit was going down.
Oh god, I felt like yesterday, which is sad because it was not yesterday.
No, it was years ago, and I
I
remember it
know.
was, like, on the news.
Yeah, I
I was
remember
like,
that. Yeah,
"What?" Like, "Oh, the
yep,
tea. You guys, I'm about the tea. This fucking deep dive is the tea."
it is. Do you have anything else you wanna talk
I've
about real
nothing
quick?
else to offer, other than I have one-on-one coaching spots open, and I know Maddie does as well, so
I
we're here
was
to
gonna say
plug
that's
our
awkward because I
shit.
do.
Yeah, but you know what? We vibe for different girlies,
We
and
do.
you know what we do. So we'll put that information down in the show notes, and then I hate to say this, but if you like the podcast, write a review, 5 star,
Yeah, not just
follow,
any review,
subscribe,
a
a
five-star
good
review,
review. Yeah,
because
fucking
you people that got mad at us about Tom Segura when we were
yeah,
just pointing out blatant facts and flew to Spotify and gave us, like, zero-star reviews, like, we hate
yep,
you.
yeah.
We hate you. Thank you for commenting and boosting us in the algorithm, but
But we
I hate
don't
you
like
for
you.
no, only 5 stars or you're dead to us.
Right. Yeah. That I mean, yes, that is it. And go subscribe on YouTube and watch us. And like because we're fun. Like if you're like,
Yes.
I need more girlfriends in my life, we are here. Watch us on YouTube. We're a
Yep.
delight. And you can see Maddie actually her nice couch and her like not
Barely
being in the
anymore.
void. Well, I can still see it. It's green. All
I
right.
go in
Like
and out of
that's
the
what we're
void.
it's fine. You know what? So does my mind.
I totally forgot to talk about how I think I made a new friend, even though I told you I was closed off for new friends. We'll talk about that next time because
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't
my
know
god,
how
I'm
long we've
so
been podcasting,
happy.
so I know.
Little less than an hour and a half.
Oh my god. Okay, goodbye. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching Kinda Hot, Kinda Healthy. Please make sure to subscribe, give us only 5-star reviews for real,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
share this
Mhm.
with your girlfriend who needs to hear this. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere where you can stream podcasts. If you have a burning question about life, friendships, health, and 1 or 2 cents, because you do, email us at kindahotpod@gmail.com. That's KINDAHOTPOD at gmail.com. Bye.
Bye.